Hey guys, how you doing? After a long hiatus, I am back once again. And guess what? I finally got out of my funk, I believe. And this bad boy that I started back in September 2016, and I tried to start it in November of 2017. Well, I'm finally done. And I went in a slightly different direction with it. And here she is. I was in such a damn funk, I just couldn't do anything with this. I'm at my brother's house. I'm recuperating. I've had some surgery. As you know, I've been under the weather for a spell. And I think I've got things squared away. I'm hoping so. And I just went with this on it. It is a rat drag car. I took a Dremel to the molding on it. After watching somebody's, it wasn't a video, but it was some pictures they put up in a Google Plus group, and he had, I think, a 55, and he did a drag car, but I think he did a gasser with his. But I just got this idea. Took a Dremel and took the molding off of this thing, and it got ugly. I mean, it got real ugly. So there's a contingent sponsor right there. Bondo tells the whole story of this thing. So once I trashed the body on this, as you can tell, all those decals are hiding ugliness underneath it. I jacked up the rear end, and these wheels right there, I think those rims are from the 78 3-in-1 Trans Am. And as we all know, when you get those slicks right there, they came from an AMT kit. And I had fun. These 409 decals are from my brother's 62 409 Bel Air, or Impala, 409 Impala. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it well in here, because I really cannot take this hood off. But let me get this into the light. There's my engine. Air cleaner is on backwards, but I put that oil breather on per the instructions, and that son of a bitch is just way too tall. But I actually think that air cleaner looks pretty dope as is. I will have pictures of this during the assembly up on my Google Plus page if you really give a damn and want to take a gander at these items. I just can't open this hood any more than it is. And those instruments, there was just something in my parts box. I wanted to put some bucket seats in this. I had this those seat belts from in my parts box also. And the bucket seats that came with this kit were pure ass. They have no backs. And then the racing buckets that I had just would not fit in here at all. And let me give you a look underneath it. Those side pipes are something I got out of my parts box also. Okay, so that's that one. Let me put this over here. Now don't have the hood on this one on, because I want you to see this. This is this kit. It's the reissue of the AMT Ford Interceptor police car. It's a 1970 Ford Galaxy 500, and it has a 429 in it. And this obviously is an old kit, and it has no gas pedals. The detail on the door panels is minimal. I mean, it looks like it's drawn on, so there's not much detail. There is no directional or wiper or gear selector in this car at all. So I got that big ass stick shift came out of my parts box, and if you can see in there, got a shotgun on the seat that came with the kit. And being that it has a 429, this was also inspired by my brother's 62 Impala. I had to put those red rims on it because this bad boy hauls ass. The side mirror comes with the kit, but you got to drill your own hole. It's all on you. And there's the underneath. And the tires and the wheels are really nice. the axle does go through the engine, and it is a nice thick ass axle too. But when you put it through, you got to be careful not to hit the header exhaust manifold on the driver's side of the engine. It will, no, I'm sorry, on the passenger side, because it will hit when you glue it in there. And when you put your engine in, I would advise that you do the engine and exhaust installation when the headers are a little bit still pliable, because they want to squeeze in, and you got to make it get to that point right there. It took a little bit of work. It was an old kit, but you know what's so cool is it screws together. So, and it has way too many plated parts. As you know, I hate chrome, so this thing would have been like chromed the hell out. I really enjoyed building it. This came out exactly as I envisioned it. Here's the front of it. Watching HPI guy, I discovered the joy of using a black wash. I used to put semi-gloss paint in there and then wipe it out. This is a hell of a lot better. So thank you for that. Right now I am working on Sheriff Roscoe's car, but I'm making it a federal agent's car. So I'm going with a beautiful metallic blue interior from back in the day, and I'm painting it gunmetal. I wanted to show this off. This is an old Johan kit, 1963 Oldsmobile Starfire. My brother bought this when I was a kid, before he went into the military. He didn't build this until probably about 10 years ago. But while I was here, he took advantage of me having my wash. But our dad had a 63 Dynamic 88, so this kit's just like it. And it was just so cool to see this. I wanted to show this off because this was always one of my favorite kits. I wanted him to give it to me, but he didn't. This is my brother's last surviving built kit from his youth. This old MPC Jim Hurtubise. And I think I saw this on sale, unbuilt, on Model Car Roundup, and I think this kit was going for like close to 200 bucks. I can imagine what those decals are like. Anyway, there's that. Let me bring you over here. This was a F9F Panther. It's a Grumman plane, and I wanted to build a plane, and I just fell out of love with it. I couldn't go any further, so I had it all painted, and I shipped it off to my brother for him to finish up for me. My wife bought this kit, and it had seen the elements. It was in a yard sale. The decals were trashed. My brother found these micro scale decals, which were old as dirt, so we had to use the decal film to save the decals. There was still some breakage, but he still did an awesome job. I wanted it with bombs, so I'm going to be happy to bring that one home. Set this thing down, don't want to mess up the Pytot tube. And here's another survivor of my brother's kits. I think he probably bought this kit probably like 1973 or 72, and probably didn't build it till probably about 78. I know he was already out of high school, and he hadn't gone into the Navy yet, and he built that. So that's a survivor right there. And while I was here, he decided to nerd with me, and he's building this gremlin for his wife, because she used to have a gremlin when she was in college, this 76 Gremlin X. So he's building this for her, so we're hanging out together and building these kits. That's where I've gotten. I'm very happy with the turnout on this, as much of a rat and a dog as it is, and this one came out as I envisioned, so that's always a very pleasant experience. I seriously doubt I'm going to complete federal agent's car before I leave. I mean, I'm not rushing it. I'm leaving in a couple of days to go back home, but we'll see. All depends on how I feel, but it feels good to be back in a groove. And that's it, fellas. You all take it easy. Happy building.